Today we are going to talk about the 2-1 buy down. This is a new program that some lenders are offering to buyers. And the gist of it is you will call a lender and get pre-approved for a loan. So say you get pre-approved for 7% interest. Then what happens is your first year you will pay 5% interest. Your second year, you will pay 6% interest, and then year 3 through 30, you will pay the 7% interest. But the nice thing about this program is if the rates drop during that first 2 years to below the 7%, you can refi and you can lock in that lower rate for the life of your loan. Now, to do that, more than likely, you're going to have to pay some closing costs for that refi. So again, you'll just have to kind of check and see if that's going to be worth it. But the other thing to keep in mind is if you are good with the 7% payment up front and you go ahead and utilize the 2-1 buy down, but you continue to pay the payment for that 7% interest rate, then you can take that money and you can apply that towards your principal balance. So when you lock in at years 3 through 30, then you will be locking in the higher interest rate of 7%, but your principal balance is going to be lower. So that's going to help your payment overall in year 3 through 30. Another thing to keep in mind is if the interest rates go higher than the 7%, then you won't have to pay that higher interest rate because you will essentially be locked in at 7%. So I know that's a lot of numbers and it's probably very confusing, but right now, while there is still a good amount of equity in a lot of sellers' homes, you can go ahead and sell your house. You can take some of that equity and you could actually offer to buy down the rate for the buyer for this loan program. So really, whether you're a buyer or a seller, this is advantageous to either side that you're on. We are seeing sellers pay some closing costs now for buyers just due to the transition in the market. So buyers, this is a good opportunity for you to be able to have a lower payment for a couple years, but I don't want anyone to confuse this with an armed loan. This is not an armed loan, which is what got us in trouble back in 2008. You are pre-approved for the interest rate today, which is what you will be locked in at year 3 through 30 if nothing changes. Well, if you don't refi because the rates drop during that time. So anyway, if you're interested in learning more about this program, please feel free to give me a call. You can send me an email and I'll be more than happy to send you a list of lenders that offer this product because it is a good product. So if you're thinking about buying, I just told you how you can do it and save some interest on the first couple years. Thanks so much.